Alright, so next match between me on LuxAeterna against OldYureka in the round of 64. So this match was played a while ago. Can't really remember what happened, but I will do my best to give my thoughts on what happened. So here I get to take Landius against Juggler, but I get all my legend units banned out. So we both take Dealit. Dealit is quite strong as a support, also quite decent as a attacker. Really good with Gospels. So next, Rachel, another Gospel, in case he ever wants to pick like Reen and Bozo. He goes for here. So now I have like up to 3 Gospels and really good Dispel just in case he wants to play Bozo or Reen. Still, he doesn't go for it. I ban out one of them, give him the option to take Reen, but he doesn't. So I have 2 of these pretty good Dispel healers, but it's up against mostly single targets, so I think it's pretty good for him to not pick Bozo and Reen, because I would have dispelled most of it anyways. So seeing how he has mostly of these ranged or magic damage dealers, I just bring, Templar Knights, probably better against magic damage. And the Hiei is probably not gonna be attacking to Landius. And then we have some other standard stuff, some Sky Archers here. Not really that useful here. I guess I brought it again just to block the Mystery Knight in case she breezed. Well, just in case she can attack someone at the very edge of her attack range, I can place a Sky Archer to block. Tactical retreat for the juggler jump, I guess. Other than that, even my picks here, I don't really find a justification for them. So in this particular match, I remember the first about 4 or 5 turns, we don't really actually get anywhere. It's more about just moving position, seeing who's going to take that first move. Since I'm playing here pretty careful, since my opponent here have an Act Again on Liliana ready, this juggler gets a +3 mobility, 10 mobility breeze. So can move a lot of places. And lock down my tank if I get too close. Rather than taking control of the map, he's running kind of far away here. But as Mystery Knight, this is also fine, since you're just running her talent up. And then when you do want to engage, you can either use a spear or use the AoE, run back, and then just reset the cooldown immediately and follow up with another one. So I activate the Weiler 3C in response to the Act Again here. So the Hiei is too afraid to jump in and just walks out after receiving the Act Again from Liliana. So here my team is pretty much fully buffed with Weiler talent. I want to engage here whenever possible. My opponent doesn't want to do that, and he just runs away with all of the units. So we're getting closer to each other. Finally, he makes the first move, getting some damage on the board with this attack on Mr. Knight. Runs back, immediately resets her cooldown, so she can use the AoE again next turn. But here, it's fine, I have all these healers. Can just run this Liana forward, and that heals up our team. So the dog jumps here, but I have Weiler 3C still up. So I'm okay here, because my opponent doesn't have any other AoE follow-up. So he can't really do AoE damage, he have to use a single target attack. When he does, my team will just heal back up from Weiler talent. This is all, there's no other AoE damage coming. So here he makes the mistake of trying to attack into a Sorceress Rachel. Sorceress are way too tanky. If they were instead the Crystal Warlock troops, then maybe you could have done a lot more damage. Since in comparison, the Sorceress have way too much magic defense. They were also on forests with Landia's Aura and on Weiler 3C, so they were quite tanky. So he attacks against Delits, that is on forests with Weiler talent and also with Landia's Aura, but almost gets the kill here. So there isn't any defense buffs there, and it looks like Delit's talent also got dispelled, so had a pretty good chance of killing this Delit. Surviving with just 500 health. And yeah, as you saw right there, Weiler takes out the low health juggler. Another act again from the opponent. And the AoE finish off Delit here. But it's alright, we still have Weiler talent, and there isn't any more AoEs here again. So we can just attack whatever we want. He doesn't have any more guard disables or guard ignores. So everything have to crash into Landius, and everything dies crashing into Landius. After the match, all the single target units gets replaced with these AoE damage dealers. So now he wants to ban the juggler and then play AoE game against Landius. Now one thing that's missing here from his team is Gizerov. Gizerov would be really good being able to faction buffer all those mythical units. Juggler, Bozol, both of Reen and Arianrod. This is good as well, having sleep and having the heal block. Now getting Reen as well, so he have pretty good AoE damage from Bozo and Reen. And then Yusuke can finish up with single target attacks. If he can land some good debuffs on my Landius and then punch with Yusuke, that could take out a life, and then like a Beastraw can take out another life. Or there's other ways to play this out, like lock down the tank with Juggler, and then kind of force the opponent to gather rounds, AoE them down with Reen Bozo, and then you can punch in with Yusuke. So what I like to do on this map is just put the Landius in between the two pillars, stick some units in front and behind the Landius, and now Landius can't really get locked down by Beast Rock. So if I want to take the engagement, I would prefer it to be somewhere around here. Also, in this battle here, I have OldYureka with a Weiler on the team, so that regroup can act again for the Zerda, which I use right here. The Zerda's in range of this Bozo, which he moved front. What he have to do, being player 1, he wants to engage on me since he have turn priority. Rather than engaging immediately, getting that snipe here, I want to push this Unob just so I can retreat back further. Seeing this, my opponent also uses his act again on the Yusuke. So as a result, I'll just wait before attacking with Zerda. That way she can still stay out of range and counter when this Yusuke wants to move in. If he doesn't move in, I can just take out the Bozo at the very end. So the Yusuke does move in. And the Zerda have a new target. So I just take out the Yusuke here and move in between these two, just so I can prevent the struggler from having a good jumped location. So my opponent heals this up. That's alright. Then just route. I'll just bring route in case strugglers wants to lock down the Landius. Pick them, stun them. Here I get pretty lucky with this black hole. Like if Zerda gets silenced, that would be pretty bad. And also if this Sky Archers was placed slightly farther ahead, my Zerda would not be able to move back there and into the hide and seek. So here I can use OldYureka again and set up Zerda. Now Zerda can just ignore this Rien, having immunity to all the debuffs here. So the juggler wakes up from sleep, and then I attack with Delet. Does not get the kill here. Quite unfortunate, because if I was able to kill the juggler here, Rien would, if he wants to kill this Weiler, he would have to move the Rien forward to do that, and then I can take out the Rien with Zerda as a result. And this Bozo just used the black hole, so Bozo would not be able to kill off or finish off this Weiler here. But with this juggler still alive, he can just move this juggler forward, use the AoE before it dies to finish off the Weiler. That is at 1% health. But luckily I have a Landius here, and just ramming to the juggler was able to get the kill. So when I do that, that opens up my Zerda to attack both of his units. Since I removed the juggler that was blocking the way of Zerda, now he have to make a choice between saving one of them. And Rien having higher defense here and also having the damage reduction, we wanted to try to see if this Rien could survive against the Galhazard Zerda. I think it was a good choice. If this Rien was 6 stars, maybe had more defense, might be able to survive. but it was unable to survive against this attack, so game's over from that. Alright, next.